Aaron, everybody watching, welcome back. We are back after a while now. Aaron, how was your 2025?
The end part of the whole thing.
Then just give me a gist of it, maybe.
I was good overall, and I took better care of myself in 2025, which was good.
I'm trying to take better care of myself in 2026. I joined the gym earlier this month, man. It's been nice. It's been nice. I think
Nice.
so far I've lost around at least 6 kilos, maybe.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Wait, in the
I've been.
last month and a half,
Yeah,
two
I
months?
joined on the 7th of this month. So yeah, it's about close to being a month.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
man,
good.
like I was just
Yeah,
getting too heavy, dude.
I know.
I would
At the
rather have
beginning of
my
2025, I was 92 kilograms.
dude, I was almost reaching 100, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I
it's
was like,
it's
okay,
not.
okay, yeah, I gotta take things seriously now. So this year I've been
It
just
showed up
trying
in
to,
some.
sorry?
I was gonna say it showed up on some doctor's tests for me. It was like, oh, okay, you gotta get back. So I lost about 12 kilograms over the
That's
year.
that's a lot, man. Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
Like for me, it was
I'm
like
feeling
basically
yeah.
whenever I was trying to, like, let's say when I was driving or when I was sitting down for lessons and everything, after a point, it just felt like this part is just getting a little uncomfortable.
Full.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just, it's too bulgy, dude. And that's when I realized that, okay, it's time to really start losing some weight. So this year, I have decided to just play comparatively fewer gigs. I've been teaching comparatively lesser as well, and just trying to focus a bit more on my health. I think that's a good
Right.
investment to make. But I mean, what did you do on 31st, by the way?
December 31st.
Hmm?
For the new year, oh man, my new year was both awesome and horrible at the same time. It was
And
a New Year's party. I was back in at my parents' house for the holidays,
hmm,
and 31st party,
hmm,
right? People come by, we're all hanging out,
right.
great time. I have a flight back to Tokyo at 6 in the morning
On
on
the
the
first?
first.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I came back right on New Year's. So
Okay,
I
so
just stayed up.
dude, I
I
mean,
just,
but that must have been insane at the airports, right? Coming back on New Year's.
it wasn't too bad.
Oh,
I was extremely tired, but no, it was all right. It was all right. Yeah.
okay, that's great.
And I think last we spoke did I drop my trumpet and I had to take it to the shop?
Yeah, I think you mentioned something like that. I don't know if you mentioned
It's
on
still in
records,
the
but
shop.
I, oh, it's still in the shop.
Yeah, it is
I mean,
still in the
is it
shop.
because
I'm
you
hoping
haven't
to
picked
get
it
it
up, or
back.
is it because the shop hasn't given it back?
They're not done with it yet. I haven't got the email that's like, "Hey, your repairs are done." They
Shit.
still
Okay.
have it in the yeah.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get that back
Well,
sometime.
that's
Yeah,
why I
but
say it's
that's
it's
um,
best to maintain your own equipment yourself.
oh man, I can't take dents out of trumpets. I barely set up my own guitars well.
Oh man. But I've
I
really,
think I
I
put
mean,
it. I told this story on this
in the last episode.
podcast about putting in pickups backwards.
All
I
right.
think I might have. Yeah, didn't I tell that story about yeah,
Maybe.
you were talking about Wolf and
Oh yeah, Wolf had told you that it's not working because the pickup has been installed backwards.
yeah, and then it's like, all right, let's just have you do that.
Oh man, I had actually spoken to Wolf not too long ago, like sometime I forgot, before I quit Facebook. I think it's been quite a few months since I don't even remember the last time because I've just deleted the app. I just don't use Facebook anymore,
Mm,
right? But the last
nice.
time I was there, I was speaking to Wolf about just guitar stuff, and it really reminded me of a lot of stuff that I learned while I was working at that shop, And that's when I started just experimenting with all of these setups on my guitars, and it's been very therapeutic, dude.
Mm.
I think,
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to talk about. Maintaining your own equipments. Let's
Okay.
talk
Well,
about
you
it.
know what? On
Let's
that note,
yeah.
let me get one of my guitars. I think it's safe enough to play it. It's not too loud. Um, that I haven't opened in months. And let's
That's
see what kind
amazing.
of shape it's
That's amazing. And
in.
plus, I'm
If you-
also holding a guitar which I technically brought back from the dead. So it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, so let's see if mine's dead. And it's actually mine is a good one. It's not like it's not a super expensive thing, but
Yeah, this is
let's see.
super cheap. This is like technically back in the day it would cost $60 in our currency.
Extremely out of tune to be expected. And ugh, strings are still playable. It's my sort of thin line flamenco
Is that a
guitar.
Cordoba?
It is. No, it's a Martinez.
Oh, Martinez.
Martinez. Yeah. Oh, the
Nice.
battery's still good.
Well, that's a good sign. Just
Yeah.
tune it up, and then maybe we can talk about the first few things to look at when you're taking out your guitar after so long. That would be nice
Well,
to
let's
do
do
with
that.
this. Whoa, that was really low, man.
Yeah, they all are. I think
I mean, were the strings new before you kept it aside?
they were pretty fresh.
I think that's the main reason. Like over here, you see this little classical here? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
Yamaha C40. That's my brother's old Yamaha C40, which I brought back from the dead, but the action was insanely high. I literally just took off the saddle. I literally just took off the saddle and I just put a masking tape over the strings on the bridge. So, but the action is still high. I'll show that to you in a little bit. But before that, I
Mm.
think one of the first things that people will need to look at if they're taking out their instruments after a while is whether you have a belly bulge. You want to check that?
Ah, yeah.
So,
Um, I can say
what you can
with
do is you
pretty good
just keep your
certainty.
hand on top of the guitar. That might
Yeah.
on a
You talking about like this little
yeah,
thing
yeah,
or
like
something
that.
like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There is, oops,
A really slight bulge.
there is a slight bulge. There is.
Well, it doesn't seem too bad though.
Yeah. No, 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 not at all. And nothing that would affect playability. But there is a slight bulge,
Next
especially
thing to
like
look for
right
maybe would be a
behind the
wart
bridge.
on the neck.
Um, just like right behind the bridge is a little bit, and then the neck is. I was really impressed by the neck on this thing, actually.
Yeah.
Nah, it's perfect. The neck is absolutely dead straight.
Dead straight, so you might need to loosen the truss rod, right? Or is this a
Um,
pure classical?
this is like a flamenco setup.
But does it
It's
have a truss rod?
yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
You know how
Oh
to
wait,
check the relief on the truss rod?
hang on. This one might not. No, I was wrong. Sorry. This one. Wait, no, I thought it did.
There's nothing under the fretboard?
Um, I think this one is one of their models that. Okay, it does.
Yeah, if there's a
It's one
hole,
of
then
these
it
weird
definitely
ones.
does.
Well, no, no, no. You can't see the hole. There's actually a special tool that goes under one of the bracings that's set up right here.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, and from there you can access it. There's a whole thing. I remember buying it and they were like, it does have a truss rod, but it's a fairly modern design. Yeah.
I think it's probably one of those truss rods that require like a really long Allen key, right?
Essentially that. It's got like a
Yeah,
like a
like
bend
this
or something.
acoustic of mine has one of those where the Allen key is
Yeah.
like this long on both sides. So it's
Yeah.
like a huge L, huge L.
My steel string is like that, and that one for sure is gonna have a like have some warping. I probably need to have it repaired properly, but I don't know
I,
because I
I
haven't
think
opened that in. I've just been on electrics for
I think
years now.
maintaining an acoustic guitar is far more complicated than maintaining an electric. Especially if you have an electric like this, like an S style, a Strat style. I mean, a Strat
Yeah,
essentially, of some sort. It's
yeah.
really easy to maintain a Strat actually. Whether it's
One of
intonating it,
the
whether it's floating it, it's actually pretty easy to do that.
one of the ways that I get away with sort of most people would just say neglecting my acoustic guitars um, is they're always stored with lower tension. Um, and they remain sealed in cases and and I put them in places as much as I can that are as absolutely stable climate wise as possible.
Yeah, I'll just pause you there
And
for
I
a sec.
don't do the best job of.
I'll just pause you there for a
Mhm.
sec. The tension part that you're talking about, is that really true? Because on
Yeah,
Reddit, and actually when I spoke to Wolf as well, Wolf had told me that the only
yeah, yeah,
time you need to lower your tension on the neck is if, let's say, you're traveling, right? Like if you're doing an international flight or something like that, or you're going from one climate to another, then you might want to just tune it down a half step
yeah,
or a whole step. But he told me if you're keeping it at home,
yeah.
you can just keep it tuned to
Yeah,
what you would keep it tuned to because the
you
guitar
can.
needs that tension. And what you may need to do later on is just adjust the truss rod a little bit because you are gonna get a little bit of bow if you don't play it for like 3, 4 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm talking for longer than that.
Like you're
I'm
talking
talking
for
like
like a
more
few
like
months or something like that.
few months to years even. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
this is a good example of years. This
Oh yeah,
particular
yeah, yeah. Well, that's I mean, yeah, and
This
I
this
mean,
guy, I think for the viewers, maybe I should give a little bit of a backstory on this guitar. First of all, I do not own this guitar.
oh yeah,
This
you haven't said it
belongs
on
to
recording.
what?
You hadn't said it on recording. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have not spoken. We were just talking about it off the recording. But this does not belong to me. The strap belongs to me, and I love the strap. But then the guitar belongs to a school friend of mine, and this is basically what they call Starcaster, but this is not the well-known Fender Starcaster. This is basically one of those beginner guitar kits that you used to get where you got a small amp and like a cable and a strap and like a guitar and a little horrible kick bag. It was basically one of those guitars, which has never been taken care of. My friend hardly ever took care of it, but on 31st, I asked my friend if I can just like use this to just do a little bit of experimentation because I don't want to do it on my expensive guitars. And he's like, yeah, sure. So right now, this guitar looks and sounds. Oops, sorry, I did not turn on the. Yeah, now it should be good. Now it sounds like a real Strat, right? Here's the bridge. Second position, so bridge and middle. Middle. Fourth position, these two pickups. And then the neck, right? But everything is stock on this guitar. When I brought it back home, he didn't even give me a gig bag because he lost the gig bag. This guitar used to just sit out in his room on a stand for at least 8 to 10 years of its life. Okay, this guitar is probably
Hmm.
15 years old, so because I remember he bought it when we were still in school. So definitely around 15 years old because I think I had just started playing the guitar back then. Now, in order to fix this, I literally took everything apart. Okay, I took off the tuners, took off the neck, I took off the volume parts, I took off all the electronics, like, including the pickups, the bridge plate, the saddles. I desoldered the input jack, I desoldered the pickups, the pickup selector pots, everything was desoldered. I cleaned them by hand. Most of these I dipped in vinegar, except the pots and the electronics, of course. And then, actually, I dipped this input jack also in vinegar. Then I let it dry for like a day and a half or so. Then I put everything back together. I resorted everything. I cleaned the insides of this guitar as well. It was not pretty over there. Okay, it's not pretty inside. Trust me, it's not. It
I'm
looks
just
like,
imagining that like dust mixed with tobacco tar or
dude,
something.
my hands were black by the time I was done. You know. Then I polished the frets with metal polish. Okay, so if you look closely, see the frets are super shiny and they're super smooth.
I was gonna say good and shiny
I have put a
for
lot of time
yeah
behind this, dude.
for 60
Then I realized that the neck is warped. I'm not a master luthier in any possible, but I've done enough setups in my life and I worked under Wolf. So I'd learned a fair bit of stuff about fixing my own instruments and fixing instruments in general. One thing I learned is I cannot fix a warp, man. You have to be a really, really good luthier and really know your shit to fix a warp. But I did the next best thing.
You gotta know how the wood's gonna like do stuff.
Exactly, right. But I did the next best thing, which was I I filed the frets. I tried to level the frets as much as I could, you know, because I don't own a notched straight edge, so I couldn't really be super accurate with it. But I just tried to level it out as much as I could by ear and by feel. Then I slotted the nuts according to the warp. That was very time consuming, literally slotting it right according to
Hmm.
the warp, then lubricating this. Then I set up the saddles. Then I tried intonating it. Intonation isn't perfect, but as you can see, it's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. It's not too bad.
Try just the octaves on each strings. How good is it? Hmm?
So this one's slightly sharp. This one's close. This is also
Hmm.
slightly sharp. This is pretty sharp. This is also pretty sharp. But somehow, like, it's not perfectly in tune here, but when I'm up here, I managed to get decent intonation out of it. And I don't know, maybe the construction isn't as good, so that's why I'm not getting the best intonation out of it. Plus, these are straight frets. My FGNs have got CFS, and the Strandberg has like fan frets, so I get ridiculously good intonation on those anyway. The Godin is built pretty nicely, and I had it intonated from a really good luthier here, so that's sorted. The chord, this particular one came intonated from the factory really well as well. But yeah, this one I couldn't really get it as well as I would have liked. But then after that, it's the strings, right? I put a set of nines on it. Usually I use 11s, but I wanted to set it up like a strat. You know what I mean? And I felt
Hmm.
that I think nines would be the way to go because there's something about
Absolutely.
there's something about the
Yeah.
sound of nines and the feel of nines on a strat. It doesn't cut through really well, but It's got this character that I really like.
You really need to be able to just effortlessly bend where, where appropriate. And
Yeah,
you can push it with tens, but you don't really start hitting those sweet spots until you're on nines.
that's what.
At
Like,
least for me.
I love the feel of
Everyone's different,
11s.
but
I love the feel of 11s, which is why I use them on like literally all my guitars except the Gibson SG. That's the only guitar that I have with a
mm,
set of tens over here. Yeah, none of my other all of my other guitars are 11s. Only that is with tens. Uh,
yeah.
and love the feel mostly because I feel with 11s, it's like a midpoint between a lot of the different styles of music that I usually end up playing on stage. You know what I mean? But with
For
this
me, that's
one,
always felt like tens.
right. Like I used to feel tense
Yeah.
as well. It's
Yeah.
just that the problem I felt with tense was like when I was switching from electric to acoustic, right? There was a
Mhm.
change in tension of my hands. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So like my
Yeah.
acoustic is also strung. Like both my acoustics are strung with 11s as well.
Yeah.
So I don't really
That,
feel much of a difference in gauge. What I really feel there is more of a difference in texture. In the sense,
mhm,
acoustic strings are made slightly differently from electric strings. Somebody can correct me in the
mhm.
comments if they feel I'm wrong. But at least from a player's perspective, it definitely does not feel like they're built the same way in any possible way. Right. So I think that's
Yeah.
one difference I feel, and another difference I feel between my acoustics and electrics are because of the way the instruments are constructed. Uh, like I don't know. Actually, it depends on the way your acoustic is set up. Like both my acoustics are set up really well, so usually I get like the notes ring out pretty nicely all over the fretboard. But I have played other acoustics which even after setting them up well, they don't really ring out as well once you cross the seventh or eighth fret. If you know what I mean. I don't know how much sense I'm making.
Yeah. No, they darken up a lot, right?
Yeah, and I feel they just don't like they end up lacking that resonance that you get towards the
Yeah.
first half
Or are you
of the
talking
album.
about
Am I talking about?
you're talking about on acoustics.
I'm talking
Acoustics,
about on
right?
acoustics, yeah. Because
Acoustic
electrics
guitars.
usually ring out pretty well all over,
Yeah. Yeah.
So they actually ring out pretty
I
well
think
all over.
I think a big part of that is that you're losing out on so much of so many of the overtones
Yeah. Can you
that
bring down your camera
you're,
slightly?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. There
Sorry.
we go. Because yeah, you end up missing out on a whole lot of the overtones, and it starts to
Right.
become a little bit more. I
It
want
just
to.
doesn't ring out as well, you know what I
Uh,
mean?
yeah, a lot of people like that though. They call it like sweet or dulce or something like that, as
I
opposed
mean,
to
for
a
sure, for
brighter
sure.
sound.
For sure, like the only issue that I face, like I am all for characters of different guitars. Like that is why I own all of these different guitars, apart from the fact that I probably suffer from gear acquisition syndrome. Yeah. So I
Okay.
own different guitars mostly because all of these guitars are very different from each other. As much as this sounds like gear acquisition syndrome, it's also, I mean, this is what I live, this is what I live for, this is what I teach. So if I want to be a better educator every day of my life, if I want to get better, I feel understanding the instrument and then teaching accordingly is also a good thing to do. You know what I mean? So I invest in these things a lot. I wear very cheap clothes,
Well,
but I spend
same.
yeah, I wear very cheap
A
clothes.
big reason for my like 20 guitars is really because I mean I do when I'm gigging.
Hey, by the way, you got
I'm
one
like
more guitar
not
than me.
super duper right now.
Like, I own 19 guitars, you own 20. Because
Do
since
I?
this is not my guitar, I'm not
Oh,
counting it as my
I,
guitar.
I okay. Well, I estimated. I should be clear. So I might. It might not be. You might yet have more. It might only be 15 or something. I'm just. But like I played musicals all the
Hmm.
time, and like I just wanted to be ready for doubling. And I was doing classical music gigs, and I do acoustic music gigs, and like I play bass too. So you gotta have a bass, and
Yeah, that's my base
yeah,
back.
that's yeah, yeah.
This room is a
So I mean,
bit
that
untidy
was
right
the
now. There's
reason
some
for me.
renovation going on, so a lot of stuff is dumped. Otherwise, I would have shown you the Strandberg specifically.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd be interested to because that's always a. Those are fun guitars. I
Maybe
every time I see them, I'm
maybe I'll
like,
show it a little later in today's episode. Because I never thought I'd end up buying a Strandberg, man. But I did.
I still don't think I ever will. I just don't know that
Man,
they're
I swear that is exactly what I was. But then this particular one, I played it at the store. You will actually see why I bought. When you see it, you will see why I bought it. It's very Subharaj
hmm.
Ghosh. That is why I bought it. Like
Oh, interesting. All right, now
I
yeah, I
played
have to
this
know.
guitar for like an hour, dude, at the store. I just kept playing it, and eventually, I have a very supportive wife. I asked her, should I buy the cheaper headless guitar or should I buy the Strandberg? She's like, you should buy the Strandberg because if you're investing in a guitar, might as well invest in a good one. I'm like, that's not just a lovely supportive wife that I have. It's also a very practical statement that she gave.
I think that's a very practical statement specifically about things as niche or as particular as like those high-end headless designs and models. Because I mean, I have this 8-string headless and I like it and I'm gonna do stuff with it, but you don't want to have to think too much about those. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably gonna switch out the pickups eventually, change up the wiring, mess with the hardware eventually, and
But
like
I feel that's also pretty fun to do. It's basically what I did with my Fenway,
agreed.
right? And I think
Yeah,
that ends up creating a very, very personal bond with that instrument.
agreed.
Like I love all my
But it's not the
instruments.
same as those high-end niche type guitars where it automatically fit you and you feel it. It makes sense to drop on those. I mean, I
That's
already hate
basically
the
the
amount of work.
FGNs for me. I think on
Yeah.
my FGNs, the only things I've changed are I put a pickup cover on my Superstrat, and on my
Mhm.
on my other FGNs, actually even on that one, I just changed the what do you call it? The locking straps, like the strap locks. I just added strap locks to that.
Oh, yeah,
And apart
yeah.
from that, they're all stock. The electronics are all stock. I think I made some mods to my FGN Telecaster that I have in my Mumbai house. There, it's basically a
Hmm.
humbucker single coil Telecaster. So I just cut out the coil tap on the humbucker so that, and I added a 500K or a 250K resistor on the humbucker to just
Hmm.
balance out the single coil and the humbucker volumes. So it's like a really cheap mod. That's like
Yeah.
what 15 rupees. 15 rupees is like negligible in dollars. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like 15 rupees and a dollar is like maybe a little more than $90, 90 rupees. So that's what I spent on modding that little telly style guitar of mine. So
Yeah. That's
cheap
low
mods.
price.
I think the most amount of mods I've done is on my Fender because nothing is stock on it. It was, if you remember, I had bought it in 2018, right? And it was a Player Plus Stratocaster HSS, right? It's basically the
Hmm.
Mexican Strat that was released in 2018 or something
Hmm.
like that, or 2016, something like that. and it
Yeah.
came with a flame maple top and
Okay.
maple fretboard and neck, right? So I have changed
Mm.
everything on it except the nut, the frets, the neck, and the body. Nothing else is stock, not even the pick guard. The pick guard has been changed, the wires inside have been changed to vintage cloth wires.
Mhm.
The
The
wiring,
jack?
the jack is a pure tone jack now.
Nice.
Then
Ooh,
Fender,
strap lock. Well, you probably just put
I added
strap
a
lock
strap
on it.
lock as well later on to it. So because that was actually my main guitar for like 5, 6 years, like throughout Berkeley, it was my main guitar. And then
Mm.
when I
Oh
came
yeah.
back to India, actually more than 5 years, it was probably my main guitar for like about 7 years, maybe 7, 8 years. So
Mhm.
it it's been a good friend. It still is, and it's still one of the most stable guitars I own. But I had to do a lot of work on it, right? When I got that guitar,
Mm.
I took it to Wolf. Wolf taught me how to file fret edges on that guitar. So that like he literally taught me how to file fret edges on my own guitar. So I was extremely
Best way
scared,
to
but
do it.
yeah, I was extremely
Yeah.
scared, but he was very sure to like keep me calm, and he's like, just straight, keep a straight line going like that. That's it. And then he showed me how to just, roll over the edges a little bit so that there are no sharp ends and all that. So I
Get
did
that
that
nice little
myself.
triangle looking bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So and he had all the tools, right? So he showed me how to use those tools, and he's just a genius, dude. Like that guy is one of the best techs I've met in my life. But whatever.
Yeah. Very practical. Like
Yeah,
he
he
gets it
doesn't
right
waste
because
your
it
time or
works.
money on stupid things at all.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Man, I
Then,
wish I could have.
then I put the pickups together. He had me solder the pickups as well. Like I can't remember how I actually wired it, but I did it under his supervision. Just to make sure that I'm wiring the right thing. And at that point, since I was working at the shop regularly, I had a fairly decent technique of soldering. Like it was clean enough that you're
Hmm.
not gonna get solder bits just everywhere on the guitar. So it was clean enough, right? And
Yeah.
that's how I built it. I saw that Fender had given CTS parts from the factory, so it was pretty nice, right? What I did not like was the freaking pickups. They were insanely noisy. And what I also did not like was the tremolo system because it was the screw-in tremolo, the Fender screw-in tremolo.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah,
they're
they're really bad, man. So I changed that to a
yeah.
GoPro 510 bridge, and I also changed the pickups to lace sensors, right? So I bought a high output humbucker for the bridge and a couple of noiseless single coils for like the neck and the middle, right? And that
Yeah.
like those I put together, like I wired it to the original switch only because the original switch was pretty nice. It's a
Yeah.
CTRL switch.
You know my least favorite pickup on my Strat, because I think I replaced two pickups on my Strat. I kept the ceramic that it came with back in like '06 or whatever,
They used to come with ceramic pickups, right?
maybe '08, whatever. Yeah, well, whatever model mine is did.
Yours was a
Um,
Mexican, I remember.
and yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
wine
Um,
wine color Mexican, I believe, right?
yeah, I got it right over here if you wanna. I haven't opened that in
You
a
should
couple
show it.
months
You should
either,
show
but
it to the
uh,
viewers.
oh yeah, it's a guitar show and tell day.
Yeah.
But yeah, but then I put a noiseless in the middle and a Little Duncan 59 in
Right.
the bridge. And I think my favorite pickup on that is the 59. I wish I had something like that for the neck too. But my least favorite is the noiseless in the middle. I just find it to be the sort of like least interesting
Is
output
it a Fender
wise, which is
noiseless?
saying something. I do not remember.
No,
You
you're
may
not the
be able to
first one to
identify
say
it.
that noiseless pickups don't sound that full. I think when any company tries to make it noiseless, they just end up losing a little bit of that brightness that Strats have. Like my noiseless
Yeah,
pickups aren't
and
the
I want to say
brightest.
that's really saying something because that neck in the ceramic is like they're known for being kind of darker,
Mm.
waterier, I want to say, versions of like, that
Right.
womp womp sound. Just too much of the high has been rolled off kind of sounds. Um, but yeah, but it still has some kind of character that I think is a little bit nicer, which is, I think, incredible considering
Yeah.
just how long it's been kind of sitting there. Uh, yeah, there it is. Old Faithful.
You have
I haven't used it.
the bridge you got seems to be nicer than the one I had gotten. I mean, the thing is, on my Mexican Strat, I had gotten a two pole bridge, like the twin pole bridge. You have a six screw in bridge.
Yeah,
I feel the
I'm still
six
open to
screw is
replacing
better.
it. Yeah, I agree. But another thing about this, anyways, I don't think I have ever let it float. Uh, for
I
real,
think it's
anyways. I took
floating a little
the
bit
back
right now.
off.
Right.
It
Yeah, it is.
shouldn't
It's floating a
be.
bit.
No, no, no. It's hard-tailed.
It's hardtail. Huh? Are you sure? It
Yeah, I
looks
don't know
floating.
why it looks like it, but yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah,
It
it's
shouldn't
slightly
be.
floating.
I think maybe it is, but it shouldn't be.
If it's
Maybe
not,
I
that
tried to
means
get it to
it'll just
float.
need a setup. But here's the thing
Yeah.
about
Oh, it
floating,
absolutely needs a setup. Yeah.
But here's the thing about floating.
But,
If you get the setup right, okay, and you
yeah.
lubricate the pole pieces and the nut slots and your string tree and like you clean the springs on a fairly regular basis, you are
Yeah.
gonna get some of the best tuning stability on any guitar, including six screw trem bridges.
Wait, run that by me again. What were you talking about with the setup?
So
Was it?
if you keep the nut slots, the string trees, the
Yeah.
pole pieces on the bridge, and like you
Yeah.
lubricate these three things on a fairly regular basis, like let's say in every 2 3 days, ideally,
Yes.
and then you
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
keep the springs clean, it
Yep.
actually gives like ridiculously good tuning stability
No,
as long as you set it up right.
I've always understood that the system required maintenance, but I'm a lazy idiot. And to me, like, why lubricate it when I can also just strengthen it by locking everything down? Like, if I'm gonna have a floating system, I just want the whole. I don't just want to call it Floyd Rose. Yeah, help me out. What's the technical term? I haven't like done my homework recently. It's, when you have a
Double lock,
locking nut
double locking.
and like double locking. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, it's just lock the nut and put some fine tuners over here, let it float flush,
But
and just
that can go
that's just.
sideways, like that can go south as well, by the way. Like in fact, when
Oh
a
yeah,
Floyd
no.
Rose goes, the Floyd Rose is much harder to maintain comparatively.
Uh, mm,
I'll tell you
I
why.
think.
Especially Ibanez's, right? Ibanez just has to
Yeah,
make their bridge extremely complicated. There is no
yeah,
reason to
I'm
make a
probably
bridge that
gonna.
complicated.
Okay, so I'm about to do more show and tell here, um, because my Ibanez is probably my favorite guitar because it has that. It's the one guitar that I have
But
that is
that's
double
because
locking.
your Ibanez has an Edge 3 tremolo. That was the best tremolo they ever made. I don't know why
Wait,
they
no,
stopped
I think it's
making
an
them.
Edge 2.
Edge 2? Are you sure? I think it's Edge 3 because it looks awfully similar to the Floyd Rose that Satriani used to use on his initial signature guitars.
Here we go. Here we go. This turned out to be a good show. Again, in terrible shape at the moment. I've been meaning to get it set up because I want to use it for some gigs coming up, um, and stuff. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's in tune too, mostly, which is pretty good. Now, I have had an emergency with this, and this is what I was thinking about saying. Um, the
Just
uh, I feel like the double locking is right for me because you basically set it and forget it until you change your strings or you have to retune the whole system and then you just lock it back down again
Right.
or you have to get it set up, right? You go get it set up. But you set it and forget it and you don't have to regularly lubricate it. And mind you, things that are appropriately cared for and lubricated, I'm now playing trumpet, so like do it for anybody out here watching this going, oh, is this lazy guy? Like, yeah, no, I get it. I really do. But when they do go wrong, the set it and forget it
Yeah,
double locking, they go horribly
they
wrong,
do.
and you are
Especially if you break a string
absolutely
in between a gig, dude, like that's a
bleep me
nightmare.
out. Like you're done. Like that's it for the night, right? Like unless you have your toolkit with you, like you're done. And I've had that happen. I showed up to a jam once and played the open strings and went, nope, put the guitar back in the case and just that was the end of the night. It really stunk. And I took this to a gig in Hokkaido. Um, that this was the instrument that I brought because yeah, I think it's age two. Wait, can you?
Dude, I'm
Oh,
fairly sure that's Edge 3. It's
okay, hold
either
on.
Edge 3 or it's a low pro. Is this a Japanese made Ibanez or is it Indonesian?
This is it's one of the RG series. It was made in Indonesia.
Then it's most
Yeah,
probably the Edge 3.
RG 450.
Yeah, it's most probably the Edge 3. Let me just double check. Which year was this?
Yeah. I do not know the year. It's the RG 450 DX.
RG450DX.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I mean, oh, I bought it used on my own, so I guess it's safe to in Japan, so it's probably not stolen or anything.
I
Last
think I
last four
think I
digits on
found the
this.
one. This is yours, right?
Yeah, it's pretty darn close. Yeah, shark tooth and everything there. Yeah,
Does it have the
Edge
infinity
3?
pickups?
Is it Edge 3? I do not know what the original pickups
Oh,
were. I
it's
hated
the
them
Edge
with
Zero.
my
See,
all
I
my
told
heart and
you.
soul.
So I'll tell you, it's basically the
Wait,
low
what is that?
profile Edge Zero 2 tremolo. That's what it's
Wait,
called.
hold
It's
on. Edge 02.
Edge
So
Zero.
it's not the Edge 2 and it's not the Edge 3.
No.
But what does that mean? Sorry,
Wait,
I'm not so
I
familiar.
I, I think
Low
I
profile
are you
Edge
reading this
02.
backwards though?
No, 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 I see it. I see it. Yeah,
Okay.
Edge 02 tremolo with stud lock function.
Yeah.
Designed for comfort and tuning stability. Yeah. Yeah. So it is a 2. Yay. But either
Yeah, it's a
way,
2, but it's not Edge 2. Edge 2 is a
you're right.
different
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Edge 2 is
yeah.
the
Because
older
they
one.
they kind of stick up, right? The 0 was the flat profile thing.
Correct.
Was that it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
because the
I
Edge
love
0
it
came
though.
later on. Edge 3
I
was basically what Steve Vai and Satriani were using back in the day.
I forget how much I love this guitar. Like, I
You should
love
plug
this
it in and play
neck,
it a little bit.
man. Uh, yeah, I want to. Yeah, where did I put my amp? Oh, I know where I put it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, man.
And plus, also, I'm not sure if it's the right time for you. It's nighttime, right?
Yeah, I was already a little bit worried with the nylon string about bothering some neighbors,
Right.
but yeah. Speaking of the parts and originality on the guitar, I do still want to replace the hardware on this. The specifically the I may not replace the locking nut. I think that's fine, but I do want to replace the tremolo system. Again, just to something that I can really depend on a little bit more, you know?
Dude, but that's one of the best tremolo systems they had ever made, though. I think it
No,
really
I
just
know.
needs a
Yeah,
setup.
and the fact that it goes with the instrument so well, I could just get it set up, and I think that would be plenty fine.
Yeah.
But the Switch, if I'm not mistaken, is original,
Hmm.
and the pick guard is original. Everything else here is not. Whoops.
What pickups are you using there?
These are DiMarzios. They're what were Jake Bowen's signatures called? Titan.
Titans, right?
Yeah, the Titan neck and the Titan bridge, and then the middle was another individual's from another individual's Stratocaster set. Um,
Mm,
what was her name?
DiMarzio and Stratocaster. Did Richie
I don't
Blackmore
want to
ever
say
sign with DiMarzio?
no, no, no. It was I
Oh,
want
or
to say
was it Richie
Neil
Cordson?
Strauss. No, 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 no. It was a female guitar
Oh, wait.
guitarist whose sound I really love. I'm just not remembering. And she had, I think, her signature pickups, her like Strat set. It might have
Uh,
been Nita Strauss. Does she have a
is
particular
she the
like
one who was playing for
Stratocaster sort of
Alice
middle
Cooper?
pickup? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Then
I
I think it's
think it was
Nita
hers.
Strauss, yeah.
It's been a while since I did this. I want to say it was her, but I loved, yeah, I like her sound a lot. So, of course, strap locks, yeah. Um, I should replace I should put appropriate tuners on here too. It just doesn't matter as much with the locking nut and everything. But yeah. And of course a kill switch.
Oh, you added kill. Oh man, that's. I've always wanted a guitar with a kill switch. The only thing that has stopped me is what am I gonna do with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I mean I I wanted this guitar to be a voice if I could make it one, and that's
Right.
very much what I got out of it. Like I trans and like solo pieces like that, just super melodic things. It's awesome. And I also really messed with I went absolutely insane because I don't know that I've shown you my Worth guitar on this podcast when I played it on the podcast before. Um, that was a guitar where I pretty much don't. Every time I think about changing something on it, I just don't. I don't want to. Something about
Right.
if you show us your Strandberg, I feel like it's the same way where I wouldn't touch anything on it. I've already had to do some work on it, but for necessity because the scale was kind of off.
Right.
Um, and the luthier who made it, um,
Maybe
we
I
were in
should take
contact
out my
and he covered
Strandberg.
that. Yeah, go for it while I'm yakking about this because I also put this little switch in here that changes the configuration of the five-way,
Right.
and I
Oh,
can
really?
coil split each of the humbuckers. Yeah, I mean the amount of things that this guitar can do is just a Swiss Army knife. It's awesome. It's and I keep thinking about putting perhaps like the Sir pickups, the Sir pickups that I'm in
Dude,
love
my
with, the Guthrie.
Strandberg has serve pickups. That's literally the one reason I bought it.
Is it the SSV and SSH plus?
It is. No, not plus. It's just the SSV and the SSH.
Oh, okay, because in the Worth guitar, in the other one that I've got here, I put the SSV
Hmm.
and the SSH plus,
Right.
which is my favorite just standalone pickup combination of all time. And if you throw a Lolar pickup in the middle of them
Right.
for a super strat thing, I melt. It's incredible. It's just the amount of tonal variety and beauty that can come out of that is just
Uh,
special. That is a very you guitar.
You see why I told you that once you see it, you would know why I bought it. It's
Yeah.
literally an
Oh,
HSS Strat. That's what it is.
yeah. Wait, that's an SSV in the neck?
I believe so. Wait.
Really? Wait,
This is
huh?
the.
I didn't know that they had a model of that in single coil.
Wait, this
I
is the
love it though. I
Strandberg
love
Bowden NX6 Classic specs.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would never
So,
buy one, but I do like their configurations, like what you got. Like I think they're
so
really
the neck is a Sir V60 LP. The middle is also V60
Mhm.
LP, but it's reverse wound with reverse polarity. And the bridge is a Thornbucker Plus. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
I,
good.
I, I thought
I
it was
like
an
the.
SSV, but it's a Thornbucker. Here's the bridge humbucker.
Oh yeah, go for it, because those SB60s, man.
Here's the second position. Here's the middle pickup.
Perfect.
Fourth position. And that's the neck. And the same neck pickup, if I literally just bring down the tone knob a little bit here, it starts sounding like a bit of a jazz bob.
I feel like the SV60s were designed to be the pickups where like people who loved the Strat sound and played with that for the most part could
Right.
still show up to a bebop gig and like do their thing. Like that's
I'm
very much what
playing
a
my Sunday
V60
jazz
is
gig
for
with
me.
this guitar, like this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, yeah. That is what those pickups are to me, and that's why they're my immediate backup if I can't find Lolar pickups whenever I finally upgrade the remaining pickups in my Strat. If I can't find those, I'm chucking a middle and a neck Sir SV60 in there because like they're great. They're just so great.
yeah.
Yeah, I know guys that play those in here in Tokyo, and they're perfect. Yeah, they're really good.
Like it really goes with the finger picking quite a bit.
I'm thinking maybe I should plug this in just so you can hear the Titans because they're really kind of interesting.
Let's hear.
They basically have their own filters on them. Like they have their own uh, high pass and low pass filters. It's kind of wild. Yeah, I'll set it up, but you talk or something, do something.
Maybe I'll just play a little bit. This guitar is really fun to
Go
play.
yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I think I messed up the last part. I forgot the head. You know this tune? All the things you are?
Yeah.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it
sorry. I was just,
is it possible to maybe
yeah,
bring
because
the
part of the,
amp a little closer?
not much. I haven't turned it up much, I should clarify.
Okay.
Um, but one thing, like, because here, no vol, absolutely no volume, and I'll just roll it up slowly.
I think this is good.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
That okay, that's a pretty warm tone, man.
Yeah, and that's with the tone all the way up on the neck pickup.
That's interesting. Okay. Just bring down the camera a little bit more so I
Right?
can see
And then,
more of the
oh,
fretboard.
sure, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I always
that's
do.
good.
And this, I just split the coil.
Oh, you added a coil tap on it, huh?
Yeah, so I can change the yeah on both of them the with just
Nice.
push push.
That's really cool,
Yeah.
man. So is it like it's just one push on the volume pot and that essentially splits both the humbuckers?
No, so that splits the neck.
Okay.
Um, and then if I want to split the bridge
Hmm.
pickup, I push the tone.
Man, that's so you basically have an HSS, an SSS, and then an HSH, and then an HSS,
Yes.
all in one guitar with a five-way switch
Yes.
and a kill switch.
And well, and it gets better. It gets better. So I mentioned this earlier. There's this little switch here,
Right.
which changes what the five-way switch does,
Is it
which
like
means I can also
a polarity change or something like that?
no polarity changes, but I can change again the configuration that I can switch between with the five-way. Um,
That's interesting.
so yeah, so tone rolled all the way up. This is the neck pickup, but normal humbucking.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's abundantly clear, right? And then I can split the
And
coils
pretty
on this
warm.
one. Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things where like I actually have to roll up the highs if I'm recording it somewhere like
Right.
else or I have to do something. Yeah, yeah. But if you wanted to play this guitar direct input anywhere, it comes out really clean, which is kind of freaky. And that's with the coil split. The only time that sounds good, I feel like, is when the volume's cranked way up. Um, it starts to get that like nicer single coily sound, but if the volume's down at all and the tone is rolled down, it just becomes a lower output humbucker basically. Um, here's the middle pickup alone.
It's got that spang in it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like, I love it. I love it so much. And then here's just the neck pickup.
Oh yeah, that's got some bite, huh?
Yeah, yeah, and I like rolling the tone off on that, like a lot, like a Tim Millery kind of sound, you know.
I do a similar thing on this one as well. Like, so now it's on the bridge pickup. The bridge itself is pretty well balanced, but with the tone about halfway, I think it's really nice and warm.
That halfway, you said?
Yeah. And
Mm.
no, I mean, while we're at the tremolo, here's the tremolo stability.
Oh yeah.
Perfectly in tune.
Wait. Oh yeah, you have. I mean, and then oh yeah, and then I can split the coil. Man, I gotta be careful about my volume, but on the bridge.
So, question. It sounds like the volume of the coil split the humbucker as well as the single coils, at least on this video call. It sounds
Yeah.
fairly well balanced in terms of volume. Is there like some kind of a resistor you've added in there, something like that?
Um.
Because usually humbuckers are louder than single coils, and when you have the two
Yeah.
the same wiring, the humbucker is usually louder.
I think that part of that is gonna be because of the call. Because if I and the fact that like when I played the humbuckers just now, I'd reduced the volume a little bit, and then when
Okay.
I split them, I cranked the volume back up. Because again, if I reduce the volume, it just be you without cranking it as high as it'll go on its own. The split coil just sounds like a lower output humbucker.
Makes
Um,
sense.
eh,
So you're the magician, yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it could be like better designed or you can't do everything all at once. I think anybody who's
It's not
watching
design
this who like
actually. There's only
knows their
so much you
stuff.
can do about it. Like PRS
Right. On
and
like one instrument. So,
yeah, yeah. PRS does a good job of that. Sir does it like this wiring, for instance. Even though this is not a Sir, the whole wiring is very much like a Sir Strat, right? I mean,
yeah.
Sir pickups. And then
Yeah.
this feels like a really, really solid switch as well. The pots you got brass shafts on the pots. I'm guessing these are CTS. Maybe, maybe not, but they feel great. They feel like pretty nice pots. So I think the electronics and the hardware that you use along with the pickups definitely make a difference. And how you're
Yeah.
wiring it, like as far as I know, when it comes to an HSS, usually a resistor is also wired to the humbucker lug, like to the lug that's
Yeah.
soldered to the switch. And
Yeah.
that what the resistor does in turn is that when you are on the bridge pickup, the resistor
Mhm.
essentially just lowers the volume a little bit so that that ends up
Yeah.
matching the volume of the single coils. And the
Yeah.
value of the resistor is chosen as per the value of the single coils. But I'm not too technically sound about this, but again, if somebody in the audience, or if one of the viewers might want to correct me or might want to educate me a little bit about that, please feel free to comment down below.
Yeah.
Also, this might be a
Well, I
good
think.
time to mention like, share, subscribe, follow. You know,
Oh yes. Yeah.
this is just a little
Uh,
no nonsense, no BS podcast about a couple of old
we.
college roommates who just catch up and who have just decided to record themselves catching up on Zoom and
Yeah.
put it out for you. And if you guys get something out of it, great. And it's also another great time to mention that we are both private music educators as well. If you would like to take private lessons from any of us, reach out to us. My details as well as his details are gonna be in the description box below. Also, the video is uploaded from my channel, but please give Aaron a follow as well. That would be really cool because he's a cool guy. He deserves to be followed, right?
Very
So,
kind.
yeah. Okay. Um, I think we plugged that in enough. Let's move on. You were gonna say something.
Sure. Oh, right. It was the about the technical things of that because you spoke about it more
The
clearly than I
resistors.
can. But one way that I think that it's safe to simplify is just humbuckers have more output,
Yeah.
right, than single coils. You're just dealing with more stuff, and the same thing. That's why you have um, what EMGs and active type pickups, and you can do more with it from the source. You can shape the tone even more. Basses with active pickups, for example, you can put in pots, wire it up correctly, and you can adjust the EQ just there.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
have your
basically a
band
preamp
EQ.
on board, right? So,
Exactly, yeah. And so all of that stuff is always there. And no matter what you're dealing with, but like the single coils have always a lot of their character comes from the way that their output sort of uh, is lower, but often like has headroom in a way. I don't know how to describe it, right? It's like it's not an even just increase in volume as you go up. There's actually a little bit more energy that you put into it when you release more of the pickup.
right.
It, it, this is a very intuitive way of explaining it. There are technical ways to explain it. Humbuckers and the higher the output you go, basically, the less you have of that because it's just a clean signal all the way up, right? Through whatever resistor you're using for your volume and your tone, and and so that's part of the reason why this doesn't get an awesome single coil tone until you just crank up the lowered output of the humbuckers, just because everything is even, right? Until you
But do
reach
you
that
feel
point, in
that
which
can be
point,
fixed with a treble bleed circuit though? Because I'm guessing you're not getting much of that spankiness because the lower your volume pot is, as in the more you lower your volume
yeah,
pot, the more of the high
yeah,
end gets rolled off, right? Whereas a treble
yeah.
bleed is basically lowering the amount of impedance, but at the same time, it's not cutting out the treble.
The way I would probably fix it without doing anything to the
Again,
guitar
just
itself.
one more thing. If somebody wants to correct me, please correct me. You know, I am a
Yeah,
guitar
I would.
player first, not a tech first. So if somebody is a tech, they will know better than me. But just
Yeah,
putting
be
that
able
out
to explain exactly what I'm describing. Not that well,
there.
too, I
Yeah,
should
yeah,
explain,
exactly.
but
We're
know
just guitar
intuitively.
players. We're stupid. You guys are smarter than us. So just educate us.
I should have done more electrical engineering, but alas.
That would have
Um,
gotten us more money as well.
mhm. I think I just plug into a tube screamer.
It is. So
I
you'd
mean,
rather
it's
just like compensate that with just a pedal.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, it would be cool to have a guitar that really could do it all, but I think it would require a more complex active system on the instrument itself, right? So, uh,
The
and a little
Fishman
bit
fluent
more.
system kind of a thing.
Sorry.
Like the Fishman
Oh yeah,
fluent.
Fishman
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Those
Yeah,
are
where
pretty
you
nice
could,
pickups, man. I'm not a fan of active pickups on guitars. On basses, I like them, but On guitars, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but there's something about these Fishman pickups, you know.
The nice high end ones, yeah. But I mean, the reason I like them is the same reason that I like the Sir SSV humbucker and the Sir SSH Plus humbucker. Um, uh, it's just that um, they're super duper clean.
Right.
Like they're very accurate as far as the sound that you put out through them. And the same thing goes with the SV60s that you've got there. I think as far as like strat tone is concerned, they're just extremely clean and sparkly. But they have like a more of a character than the humbuckers I mentioned, which are just plain. Here is the raw sound that your fingers make on this instrument, as raw as it'll get for like a passive pickup. And then if you want even more, just raw line signal coming from your instrument, you get the active stuff. And that's yeah, that's that's how I think about it, anyways. And I always wonder why people love those active pickups on guitars so much when they don't do a whole lot of like the finger
Like
tone
thumping
clarity.
technique.
No, more like they. I feel like a lot of people use it to get their tone, and I'm the other way around, where I just want whatever my pickup
Yeah.
is to accurately represent the acoustic sound that I'm
Like
essentially creating.
this is I think a great topic to talk about, and I might end up pissing a lot of people off here, but um, a lot of a lot of my students are like coming from more of a metal background or a gent background, right? I mean, I myself
Mm,
come from a metal background too, right?
yeah.
And I have noticed that the clean tones that they're using as well as the overdriven tones that they're using, maybe they're just not that deep into the journey yet. Maybe that's why it's like this, but I feel they are very compressed, you know, and that
Mm,
really plays a part in them not having the tone in their hands, if that makes sense,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I
So
mean,
I feel
yeah.
active pickups probably have a part to play over there, you know, because I think EMGs especially, right? The EMG 81, 85, that's like the
Yeah.
OG classic combination, right? And you get those in like what, $300-400 guitars as well, right? Which are
Mhm.
considered, it's expensive for a lot of people, but they are like that would be considered more towards the budget range in today's time, and maybe the higher
Yeah.
end budget range. And it's a great way to get a good sounding pickup without breaking your bank balance altogether, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
but
mean,
I
that's part of
feel
the problem I have with these pickups, though,
uh,
because like they do similar things. Ah, blurry. Um. Anyways, you see it. They do similar things, and like,
when you kept your guitar this way, it came clear.
oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, yeah. I'll just keep my face nearby.
No, just keep it
But
standing like that, then it should come through well. Ah, there
yeah,
you go. Yeah.
that's pretty good. Picture. But yeah, they're very they compress the sound. Like I mentioned, it's almost as if they have their own filters, and then everything else is just a nice little block of very audible. It's a good range, like you heard. It's not and it's not so squished that I really am running away from these pickups. But I would love, and it's what I like about the Sirs is they open. Like I have to do a lot more shaping, and
They
if I
open, but
plug
they're
in,
also a little squished as well. Like here's the neck pickup with volume
yeah.
full, right? Now I am playing through a tube amp, so there is a slight bit of natural compression to begin with. But what I have noticed over the years is if I keep the volume at around, let's say, 8 or 9, right? That actually adds a bit of natural compression to it. And here's full. Lower again. So I'm not sure if you really need to use much compression in your tone to get compression. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I know
if
what you
you're
mean.
adding some
I mean, I
gain
even
from
have
your
a
amp
compressor
anyway.
pedal. I have
Yeah.
an EQ pedal. That's my
EQ pedals are, I
friend.
think, great, man. Like they're really great for
Oh,
tone
it's great.
shaping, and I would say that is something maybe what I would spend more time fine tuning, especially for live performances. If you're doing solo guitar gigs, that's a different thing. But then when you're in a band, having good EQ really matters, you know.
Yeah. This is the kind of is see another thing about it is like if I because I have a DI box too, I can literally show up with this guitar, a DI box, and an EQ pedal,
Nice.
and be fine. Like for like a musical gig or something. I wouldn't love to do that, but in an absolute bare bones setup, it's gonna work, which
Yeah.
is freaky because usually you can't do that with one guitar.
Have you ever
And
used
it's
any
yeah.
of the electric guitars for solo guitar gigs?
Have I? Oh, that's a good question. 'Cause a lot of solo guitar gigs that I've done have been classical music. Um,
I'm asking
I
because I
haven't done a
primarily
very
use the electric for solo guitar gigs as well, mostly because the one of the first things I mentioned where acoustics don't ring out as well as I would like them to, especially once you cross the 7th to 8th fret, you know, and
Mhm,
it
mhm.
just keeps getting lesser and lesser a lot of times. That's one of the
You
reasons.
know what?
Another reason is I am very quick at setting up electric guitars compared to acoustic guitars, you know. So, and there
Yeah,
have been multiple instances where let's say I have taken an acoustic to a solo gig or a gig in general, and once I reach there, truss rod has moved, maybe a slight bit of a bulge on the bridge, and that really messes with things, you know what I mean? Whereas on an
yeah,
electric truss rod, no worries, one two turns, I'm good.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Even intonating it is just, it's really quick. This is not quick to intonate, but like let's say if I'm taking my Strat or my Les Paul or something like that, those are very quick to intonate.
yeah. You can adjust. You can make so many adjustments. Yeah, and it's yeah. I think
That's why I asked if you ever used an electric for any of your recitals. So
I've
all of your,
actually
say,
always used a nylon string, and
that's
for
also what your
you.
main style is. So
I think for like my solo stuff, yeah. I mean, I use electrics like this basically for all of my ensemble playing. Like I bring these things to like combo gigs, big band gigs. This is my axe. You know, this or the Worth guitar with the Sir pickups, like I mentioned, that I adore. Um, and I've been yeah, I wanted to get back to this, but like the for solo stuff, it's always been um something like that, or my Yamaha silent guitar was the go-to for years.
the Yamaha silent
And
guitar is a really cool guitar, man.
they're they're so neat. They are like they do have a very particular sound,
Yeah.
um, but it's one of those sounds that's just worth having about
Have
having
you
around. I don't know.
have you ever tried one of these newer Chinese brands like Donner and Natasha? These have been like doing pretty well in India. These aren't like extremely high-end instruments. Like I have tried some of them out at music stores. They are not built like high-end instruments, but they can be set up and be made to play like really well made instruments though. Like the bass craftsmanship is pretty
Yeah.
decent, you know, with like
Are these like the
I say
silent guitars like we're talking about
yeah,
here, or
there
there's
are a
just
couple of silent guitar types that they have.
because
I'll show
like
you
a
one.
silent or basically the frame plus the neck nylon string, I would totally look into because
Hmm.
Yamaha the silent guitar, right, the specifically the nylon string is I think the only one I think worth getting. I would why get the steel string one, but that's just me. But the
You know.
what am I trying to say? They're kind of expensive. Oh, yes, I've seen these.
So
But
these
like, what's
ones,
the
the
price of
ones that
those? 'Cause
set, these are pretty cheap. Like here, it's 28,000 rupees is the MRP. So if I do a dollar conversion,
yeah, I'm thinking, what's that in yen too?
USD to
I don't.
INR,
Um,
so that comes down to
yeah, 'cause
308.04 USD.
what is that in Japanese yen? Sorry.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, because it's a bit
USD
of a.
to
It's probably
yen.
gonna be something like 50,000 or so.
308.04 is 48,206.72.
Yeah, right around 50,000 yen. Yeah, okay. So
You
that's
know,
a
the
hair
first
cheaper.
time I saw prices of
Yamahas.
Ibanez Prestige guitars on the Ibanez Japan site, I flipped because they were in millions. I didn't know that the Japanese yen, like the value was just low. So that's why it's like that. Like,
Oh, sure.
that
Yeah, yeah.
really,
Oh, I get
I
it. Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, okay. I mean, like, we're talking millions, you
Calm.
know? Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, bro. Like, what was that? But all in all, at this point, I love Japan. You know, I really want to visit Japan one day because I own five Japanese guitars, man. I am endorsed with a Japanese brand, and I have a good relationship with the Japanese brand, but I've never been to Japan.
Just come here on a vacation one day. Just
Well, that's a plan.
find a cheap hotel.
That's a plan. Sometime, let's see. I mean, if I don't want to just go there for vacation, though, man. I want to play in Japan, dude. I really want to play in Japan. I want to go to
I'll
the
hook you up with
Fujian
jam
factory
sessions,
and
but I don't know about like proper gigs. That's the problem. Yeah, I know what
yeah,
you mean.
yeah. But anyway, we were um, we were talking about your guitars.
Oh yeah, so uh the last weird thing about this one, I don't know if that's a reasonable thing to talk about, but it just occurred to me. I'd love to. I actually don't remember. Maybe you can help me figure it out. How
Okay,
exactly it's been wired up. So when I flip this switch up, I think,
right.
um, one of the configurations is all three of the pickups, and one of the configurations is just the humbuckers.
I think you have probably installed a super switch in there, a five-way super switch. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like a five-way super switch can have really, really complex wirings. So that means the
Yeah.
guy who wired it up, he really spent a good amount of time with this.
Went to an
You.
ESP shop, man. They're awesome.
I mean, man, like that.
Yeah.
It requires good skill, dude. Because it's really easy to mess that up. I know my tech here, he charges more for wiring a super switch than for wiring a normal switch because it is more complicated and you can get a lot of complicated wirings done with that.
Yep. Yep. I don't know if this came with it. I don't think it did. It must have. Yeah.
No,
So I
no,
must
no.
have
I'm fairly
upgraded the switch.
sure. I mean, it could have come with it actually. Could it?
The switch kind of looks old, but that could just be because I had this all done a number of years ago. So,
I mean, no,
but yeah.
I think an HSH can be wired to a normal five-way switch and not a super switch, but I might be wrong. Again, if somebody wants to correct me, feel free. You know, treat this video like a Reddit post. Just be respectful. I mean, no
I
need to
think
be
we're a little bit more
disrespectful.
reliable than Reddit. Just a little, like
Hey man,
a
Reddit can
couple.
be pretty reliable, dude. Like there are actually some really, really nice Reddit groups as well
This is
about
true.
music theory, etc.
This is
There
true.
are a
I
lot
just
of
think
weird
we're.
ones, but there are a lot of good ones too.
What I'm trying to say is, I think we're a little more, a little more careful. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Than
Yeah, yeah,
Reddit on the whole. Just us.
yeah.
Not to say for YouTube, because that's
We,
another
yeah. We're
story
not just
entirely.
gonna randomly call you out in public. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're not. I mean, we're not going to say anything and then go, and that is the law. Like, no. Okay. Let's,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
I
I
think
don't
this
think either
is
of us can really speak about the law considering you are in Japan and I'm in India, and technically this is online. There are no laws, bro.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So what I think this is the just the two humbuckers, and here's all of them.
No.
I think. Oh, high,
It's
high.
it's maybe I'm not hearing the difference as clearly over the call, but yeah, I can hear a very subtle difference between them.
There was a little bit more just sort of automatic volume, straight up
Hmm.
sound on the second one, and I think that's
So that's
just
probably
because you're
also
having
to
that middle
consider.
pickup a little bit more.
Oh, that's pretty interesting because, like, you have those Gibson SGs that have three humbuckers.
Yeah,
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 but I've never seen an HSH with all of them together.
right. And
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Like I like having that option.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not been something I've
it's
used very
interesting.
much.
It's definitely not something that's more like mainstream in any way, but I mean, if it works, man. It doesn't sound bad in any way.
No, yeah, it doesn't sound bad. It's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. I've used it once or twice.
What's
I
the
like using
most interesting guitar you have come across in your life so far?
ooh, like that I got to play.
Yeah. Or just at least check
Uh,
out.
Interesting guitar.
The most interesting.
Ooh, I don't know that I can answer that because they're all like I've played some really special guitars.
I can name, I'm asking because
Uh,
there was one that had come to the tech shop when I was working
yeah,
there and Wolf was setting it up. It was a semi-hollow, not an ES335, but like an ES335 style semi-hollow, but
ooh,
it
I
was an
love those.
organ guitar.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah. So apparently it was very expensive. It was custom built. Like the owner got it custom built, or maybe the owner bought it from somebody who got it custom built. It's really heavy. It's literally an organ, okay, but a guitar. And the way it works is the frets, just normal straight frets, no fan frets or anything like that. But each fret is divided into six. Each of the frets are divided into six. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, like that. And even if you don't pick, the
yeah.
moment the string touches, it triggers the wiring over there. And then you also have, like the same way you have faders on organs, you don't have as many faders as you would have on an
Yeah.
actual organ, obviously. But then I think it had like around 6 or 8 mini faders, right? And like there were some knobs here and there,
Yep.
switches, like literally an organ, bro. And the reason a semi-hollow was used is because on a
I was
solid
gonna say
body
it played
like
like an
this,
organ.
it's literally an organ, dude. It's literally an organ. Okay, so
Yeah.
you plug it because I played it, dude. It's an organ. It's literally an organ. That electronics, that is an organ. The frets are literally an organ, right? So even if you don't
Wait,
use your left hand,
was it playing like like did it have like compressed air or a fan or something that like
it
blew
didn't
through
have a fan
like
or a compressed air. It was
openings?
more of a solid state organ. But then you know how
Okay,
like
so it
there are
wasn't
different kinds
electronic,
of.
it was digital. It was digital in the
No,
sound
it's
production kind
analog.
of
It's
thing?
analog. It's very much analog, but it's not like a. It's not like a pipe organ or like not like the kind of organs that we used to have in the Berklee ensemble rooms. Like those are obviously more
Yeah.
complicated organs. This is literally a
Right.
solid state organ. Like think of it as one of like those the Yamaha Reface keyboards. those mini keyboards which were like ridiculously good.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Think of one of those. So the reface was, I think there were three or four models in there. One was for piano, one was for electric piano, one was for synth, and the fourth one was an organ. It was red in color. Right. I can't really
Oh,
remember what the exact model number was, but it was a Yamaha reface, red in color. If somebody in the audience knows what we're talking about, what I'm talking about, please feel free to comment down below. Maybe share a link to it as well. That would be great. Right. But think of one of those kind of small organs inside a semi-hollow, right? And the sound is being triggered by the frets. So
yeah,
you don't have to pick. You can obviously pick if you want to, but the moment your finger touches, that triggers the sound.
yeah. Because I have an Artiphon, the little MIDI keyboards that work kind of like that, right? You touch it and it, but
Wait,
that's
Artiphon is it one of those that have like a really really odd but oddly addictive sound? Like
well,
yeah,
actually,
that kind
it's
of a
just a
thing.
MIDI keyboard, kind of, yeah. Well, it's not a MIDI keyboard; it's a MIDI
It's a
guitar
MIDI instrument.
controller.
It's basically got a touch strip, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a controller is
It's
all it
like a
is. But
huge neck and then there's a face on top with a touch thing.
not even that. No, no, no. It's just the neck with a little knob in the middle where I
Wait,
can
let
adjust
me
the.
just make sure we're on the same page.
Sure, yeah,
Artiphon.
yeah, yeah. Artiphon. I mean, I could pull it out here too, but um,
Wait,
no.
Artiphon instrument.
The what was the wait? What kind of question? The what kind of guitar? The most special? No.
Yeah, the most
Yeah.
interesting guitar.
Interesting. Thank you. Yes. I have an answer now because
Is it
it's the
this?
guitar. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
that's it. Or something very like it. Yeah. Um. Uh. The the most interesting guitar that I've ever played, and
Hmm.
I will chase the feeling and the quality of this guitar in everything that I ever owned for the rest of my life was a Rick Tune guitar.
Hmm.
Of course, David Newsom showed it to
Man,
me.
I know that ringtone because David showed it to me in class as well.
Yeah, that was it. That's the one. That those and all of his guitars. If I could ever get a Rick Tune guitar, um,
Man, but those are like, dude, those are
no,
expensive
they're
as.
handcrafted. They are, your. Uh,
You are
what am I
talking
trying to
about
say?
the one that was made out of aluminum, right? Which had like the thinnest neck in the world.
I don't
That's the one that
think
David
it.
had shown me. The neck was
He showed
literally
me a wooden one. He showed me a wood one. I think
okay.
I
Then
think
then
I
it's a
saw the
different one. He had showed me
aluminum one
one
too.
which had an aluminum neck, which was about this thin. That's it. And the
Yeah.
fretboard was, I think, carbon fiber, if I'm not mistaken. And it 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 was an interesting instrument, man.
Yeah.
Maybe
They're
let me see if I can find that because Rick Toon, his instruments are man,
the
it's out of the world, dude.
I think they're probably like they're my favorite electric guitars in the world. I think I'm safe in saying that. I've never seen anything that he
He
had
is
that wasn't
based out
like,
of Boston, right?
yeah, I think so, or the New England area or something like that. I would, I mean, yeah, his guitars are really, really special. And like I'm working with somebody right now
Hmm.
to create. I might have mentioned this.
Yeah, you did mention that last time. I think
Yeah, a
you
3D
were
printed
talking about
guitar,
it.
and
Yeah, 3D printed one,
yeah,
correct.
and like the ergonomics of Rick Tune guitars is what I've asked him to sort of look into for design ideas.
And that's quite a challenge
And
you've given to this guy, huh?
yeah, well, he's a little bit annoyed at me at the moment because I haven't like found the right hardware that I want to because we want to make it a headless, and I just basically need to get the double locking stuff.
Right.
And yeah,
I'm still trying to
and
find that guitar. I mean,
I don't
you
know,
keep
his
talking.
his catalog is updated like a lot since.
It's not,
we were in
unfortunately.
college with
But
seven
I
teenagers.
did find the neck. I did find a picture of like a similar neck. Wait, let me zoom into it. I don't know how much you or the viewers can understand. Do you see that?
Yes, I didn't play this, but he showed it to me,
I
or I think I
played
saw
this
that
one.
he had it somewhere.
I
You got to
played
play
this
that
one.
one?
Man,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
very,
cool.
very, very interesting instrument to play, dude. Very
Yeah.
interesting instrument to play.
But yeah, those are the most interesting instruments I've ever played. Rick tune guitars. I think
Yeah.
they're pretty cool. And then I got to play that this isn't as interesting, but it's almost as special. The the flamenco guitar that he had. I got to borrow
That
that
you had
too.
shown me. I think it was
Yeah.
a like a quilt maple or like a flame maple kind of there was some kind of figuring going on the body and the
No, it
sides.
was a cedar top,
Then you had
cypress
shown me
back and
different.
sides. Yeah,
No,
this is
no,
different.
then it's a different one because you had brought one which had like a monitoring sound hole on the top, and the cover for that was magnetic. It was a wooden magnetic piece that would cover it.
Yes, that was the Connor guitar. That was cypress back and sides and a cedar
Cypress.
wood top. Yeah.
Okay. That
It
I
was made
I was
for,
like
and he toured with it.
I
Juan
had never
Martin, I
played a
think it was.
classical that I liked so much, dude.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a classical. It was
It's
technically a
flamenco.
flamenco guitar with some hybrid aspects to the setup.
Right.
It was made for Juan Martin, I think is his name, and he toured with it, and I guess he went back to his spruce tops or whatever. Um, but yeah, and it was used, and I was
Nice.
thinking about trying to buy it for $8,000, and I
No, it
decided
not
not to.
8,000. That was like about $15,000. Because like David had shown that to me in class as well.
No, but he was selling it for 8,000, I think it was.
Oh, you're selling it for okay, good. Then I think
Yeah.
he told me the
And
actual price. But anyway,
yo,
on
and
that
I
note, I think we'll need to cut this episode short here. I'll need to head out for
yeah.
my dinner now. On that
All
note,
right. Thank you so
thank
much.
you everybody for watching. We're gonna come back with another episode soon-ish. Again, our details are below if you want to take lessons from us. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Give Aaron a follow as well. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, Aaron.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye. Bye, Raj.